Hey guys, this is Dion with TortoiseTraders.com. And this video is going to be about drawing perfect market structure, support and resistance, and how you can trade your plan accordingly. So it's going to be a quick video, 10-minute video, showing you how I draw support and resistance and how it reacts to the market pretty accurately. All right, so as you know, if you're a trader, you're looking for points of support and resistance on the higher time frames. The reason I go to the higher time frames is because if price is stalled on those higher time frames, for example, we're on the monthly chart of the USD CAD. Price is stalled here around 1.400. That means there's really a good point of turnaround and the market's going to react to it. So if you look here, this back in 2003, price was rejected. And had you had this line drawn, you can see into earlier this year, 2016, it was rejected again as well. So that's 13 years. That shows you a really strong point of resistance here. And then as we always talk about, what was once support becomes resistance and vice versa. So if you look back in 1998, it was support. And then as we always talk about, a big candle broke and then it retested. You can see the candle here, it retested and became resistance. So that's all we're doing, is we're looking for areas on the monthly, and I'm going to show you a cool trick about using the Fibonacci to help you draw support and resistance all the way down the chart, or up, depending on where price is. So let's get started. So I'm doing this on tradingview.com. If you use MT4, which I use to trade as well, I'll show you in the next few minutes here how we do this same trick on that platform as well. So on TradingView, we're just gonna, like I said, look for a good point, 2 points of support and resistance, and we're gonna plot those out. So for me, again, I think this is a really good point, and I like to use round numbers because psychologically, price, generally stops on those round numbers. So we're gonna do 140, and again, you can see here it was support, resistance, broke through, and then it was resistance again. So what was once support became resistance, and again it became resistance in the future here earlier this year. So we plot that out, and then we're looking for another point above that or below if you wanted to for support and resistance as well. So this looks good here. You see it was support. Let me just put it on the chart. So you can see it was support there. You see it was support here. Support, big candle broke it, retested. It was resistance, resistance, support, support. So that's a good point. So once you have those plotted out, the cool thing you can do on TradingView is you can lock these in place. So you just want to right click on it, and you can see the lock and unlock button here. Or if you just click on it, go down to the bottom left corner is a lock button here. So you can hit that lock button. Click on the other line as well, hit the lock. And the reason you want to lock them into place is so, when you're moving around on the charts, you don't move it accidentally and mess up your position. So once we have these two support and resistance points drawn, again, you want to make sure price reacts to it. You don't just want to draw these lines in random space. You want to make sure that price reacts to it multiple times as support and resistance before you just draw lines. Once you do that, you want to grab the Fibonacci tool, the retracement tool, and you want to place it directly on that line, that support or resistance point, and drag it down to the second one and click it into place. So what we're doing here, guys, is we're putting the 0 of the fib on the in this case support, and we're putting the 100 line, which is going to be slightly above that 88.6, on the resistance line. And when we have that done, what we're then looking for is the halfway point, the 50% retracement, which you can see here is 0.5. All right. And then once we do that, we're going to make it a black line. So we're going to put it, again, you want it exactly on that line. You want it perfect. And we're going to do format and make the color black. And then we want to lock that into place as well. So what that is acting as support and resistance on the weekly. Once we jump down to the weekly, you'll see how that reacts perfectly. So once you have this set up, then you just want to replicate it all the way down or up, depending on where price is. And you kind of want to go into the direction of where price is currently. So I know if you look down there to the bottom right, that price is below this. So then you just want to drag it down and you want to line the dot up again. And that dot is this dot here is your 100%. So you want to line the dot up on that and you want to look for the 0 point again. And since I think we already have the black line, we'll just do the 50%. And again, you want to look for the 50% point and put it right on that line. And you want it to be perfect. And then again, you want to lock that line into place. And then you want to grab another line. Also, a trick if you have a PC is you can just hit Alt H and it'll give you another line. See, another line comes there, and then you can just bring it to the 0 point. And again, you want it exactly on that 0 point. And we're going to change this to red because that's our monthly. And again, you lock that into place, and then you drag it down again, and you're going to line that dot up, your 100% line, with the bottom portion there. Since we already have a red line, we can just come down to the 0. And again, this axis, I'm going to put it right on the line, and then we want to grab another one, and again, weekly for us is black. And we want to put that right on the 50% retracement. Just change that black. And again, you do this all the way down. You can do it as far into down or up, depending on where price is, as you like. And what do we have now? We have a red line. So we want to, oh no, we have a black line. We want to make that 50% again, right on the 50% line. And then we come down again. And again, don't forget to lock these lines. And then we come again right on the 0. Change that to red, and we can stop there. And so as you can see, we just did this all the way down. You can see price has already reacted. And again, we're on the monthly. So if we jump down to the weekly chart, we can see how price is being respected. See how price is being respected on the weekly. And for this, you guys, some people label theirs. I personally know I use weekly for red and monthly for black, but you want to label it yourself. You can delete the Fibbo once you have it done, and you can see how it's being respected. And then all you're looking for is patterns. If you know and are familiar with your patterns, then you're looking for bearish and bullish patterns. So once you have price coming down and touching this support, then you're looking for a bullish pattern. You're looking for retest, going long. These lines here you see on the screen, these squiggly lines, are called EMAs, or exponential moving averages. If you join the Tortoise Trader course, we'll go over how those will help you trade. We'll go over the exact EMAs that these are plotted, and I use the blue for dynamic support and resistance, the green for dynamic support and resistance, and the red for trends. So whenever it's above the red, it's normally an uptrend, and whenever it's below the red, if we go back, it's normally a downtrend. And I'll share those with you once you join the course, and it'll help you with decision making on on price. So anyway, you see that worked out perfectly for us. You can see where price is getting respected, you know, time and time again. You can even jump down to lower time frames like the 4 hour, and you can see once you are in position to plot these out into the future, then these get respected. And because they get respected so much because they're monthly and weekly, and that's normally where price stalls the most. But then you can see you still have patterns. You still have double tops and double bottoms and retest and everything we'll go over in the course to show you exactly how you can continue to be a profitable trader. Let's jump down really quickly to the MT4 and we can do the exact same thing. So if we jump over to the MT4 platform, we can do the exact same thing. So you're looking for and this is the gold chart. That last one was USD CAD. So you're just looking for areas on the monthly chart for support and resistance. So you can see up here, there's some good resistance here. And as long as the candle doesn't fully close over, then it's still considered support or resistance. So you can see here, even though price stalled here and it retest, and it went through, it didn't completely close over the line. So this could be considered a good point of resistance. And then we're just looking for a support point. And this looks like a good point. And the reason I'm choosing this is because you can see price was rejected here as resistance, but then here as support. So once we have those two figured out, then we want to do the same thing, grab the Fibonacci, put it right on the lines. Unfortunately, on MT4, you can't lock these lines, so you have to be careful. And again, we just want to put it right on the line. So you want, let me drag this over. So you want the 0% to be right on that black line, and you want the 100% to be on there. So you can see how that works out. And then we just want to go again to the 50% retracement here, and you want it right on that line. You just want to make it a different color, so you can just type it in on here. Say red, and so we have black, black, and then you just want to drag it down again like we did on the last one. Once you drag, you want it to line it up perfectly, and since the line's already red, we'll draw our on the 50%, the weekly, and then we'll get another line and draw right on the 0, and then you just have to change that to black. You gotta see how it slid a little bit, so you gotta make sure you're careful. All right, and you can just type in the colors on here. And again, you're just doing this all the way down. Just put it in the area where you can see it. And we're looking for black, which is again the 0 for us. And then the red is the 50% line. So just type in red there. All right, so we got it into the area where price is. In order to keep this video kind of short, I want to stop it here. So on here, again, you have to deselect so you don't delete everything. And then you can delete the fib. So you can see we have it marked out, and now we can jump down the weekly and see how it reacted. So you can see it reacted perfectly. And you see this became support, resistance. And then all you're looking for on these lower time frames are candlestick patterns that coincide with what's happening. So you can see here, we had candlestick patterns move in our favor. You have double tops, you have some double bottoms, you have retest. And if you start getting into our course, we go over the divergence as well, because I'm sure some of these were divergent as well. If you jump down to the daily, you can see how it was respected. And then again down, if we go down to the 4 hour. And also in our course, what you're going to also learn is more about drawing support and resistance on these lower time frames. So when you have monthly drawn out, I consider these zones, and then what you can do is then also look for 4 hour resistance. You could just make them a different color. So like you can see here that this was support and resistance, and you can see how it retested it And this is resistance here and support here. Didn't close over like we talked about. Came back and a big candle broke it, and then it came back to retest. This would have been an easy long for a good amount of pips. You would have been able to catch for, look at that, 350 pips or 3,500 micros. That's a $3,000 trade with a single lot. So that's a great, and this has just been a cool trick to teach you guys about drawing support and resistance. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Continue to share and subscribe if you want more of these videos. I appreciate you guys, and I look forward to having you in my course. Thanks a lot.